going on, Jerome's? So NFL schedule release is tomorrow night, allegedly, but there's always just like so many teases and the leaks and whatever. Like I feel like the NFL is very good at stretching things out and just making content, because you know that the NFL schedule release on like NFL Network is going to have higher ratings than the World Series. It just is what it is, man. But there's so far there's been 6 confirmed. Well, I was going to say leaks, except it's the NFL announcing it, so they're not really leaks. But 6 games are ready to go, and I would watch all of these. And the whole thing about it is, too, is like I'm really looking forward to summer. Going to be around home a lot more, just really chilling with the kids and making some memories and core memories and good times and stuff. But also, you know for a fact that you would knife fight a homeless person for a Thursday night game, right? This week, like a really, really crappy game, like Giants quarterbacked by Daniel Jones versus the Jaguars on their backup quarterback. Like, you would watch that and you would wager on that. A couple of jelly beans. You would. But 6 games so far. So opening week kickoff, Ravens versus the Chiefs. Again, the Ravens grand opening, grand closing. So they get the season opener and the season closer against the Chiefs at Arrowhead. So there you go. Also, all this talk about the Chiefs potentially moving from Arrowhead, I don't see it happening. It's like you have an iconic stadium. Yes, it's in the middle of nowhere, but also who cares at this point? But yeah, MVP Lamar Jackson against the GOAT, Patrick Mahomes, and we get to see how that new revamped Chiefs receiving core is going to be. Probably no Rashee Rice, although you never know with the NFL. Game 2, so Friday Night Football in Sao Paulo, Brazil. You got the Packers and the Eagles, and like I've said, after the game, close the borders. Done. Just leave them stranded in South America. They can start a new league down there. The Americano de Football Ligo. There you go. But, yeah, Jordan Love, we'll see if he's not ass like he was at the beginning of last season. And the Eagles, I mean, trying to revamp that secondary. They paid the receivers. They're going to be good to go there. Can Jalen Hurts get it done without Jason Kelsey and the tush push? Yeah, we'll see. But I don't know who I want to lose. They can both lose. Well, I guess in the grand scheme of things, go Eagles, since the Packers are in the division, but I don't feel good about it. Also, America's Game of the Week, week 1, so the late window game on Fox is Cowboys versus Browns, and that's notable because it is the debut of Tom freaking Brady, star of the roast. Good times. But I don't know, man, like, I get that Tom Brady is a big-time name, and I'm sure that they did some vetting, but what if Tom Brady is just ass? Thank you. Like what if Tom Brady is just really, really bad in the booth? And you've seen that. There's been some high-profile names who play-by-play or even studio work is just not for them. They're just not cut out for it. And the whole thing about it, too, is like Greg Olson, G-Reg, Third Leg Greg. Like, I didn't like him as a broadcaster at the start, mainly because... So, Greg Olson was still active as a player with the Panthers, and he was part of the broadcast team with the Vikings game, even though the Vikings and the Panthers played later in the season. So, he was privy to some of those meetings with the Vikings and whatnot, and I just didn't like it. Just didn't like it, man. But Greg Olson had grown on me as a broadcaster. I think it's a damn shame that he just gets upended, because Tom Brady has a larger name, but we'll see. So we'll see if Brady can work out. Plus, they paid him like $11 bajillion. We'll see what happens. Then you do have Monday Night Football, week 1, September 9th. Jets versus the Niners. So Aaron Rodgers returned to Monday Night Football. We'll see if he can play more than 3 snaps. But the Niners, Rodgers grew up in the Bay, Northern California, Chico, and grew up a Niners fan, basically like Tom Brady. So you have all this story. Plus, the storyline's like, in 2005, the Niners had the number 1 overall pick, and they took Alex Smith. They could have took me. Blah blah blah. Whatever. Stupid Cal Bear. But we'll see if the Niners can rebound after losing the Super Bowl again to the Chiefs again. I mean, the Niners are tough. The Niners are dangerous. Plus, Ricky Pearsall in that receiving room now. And also, hey, when they're supposed to trade Ayuk and Debo, then neither of those things happen. Yeah, we'll see. Then week 2, so Thursday night football, the first actually Thursday night football as opposed to the week 1 kickoff. So you got the Bills versus the Dolphins. So just getting into that Miami Heat sauna right away, man. But the Bills trying to rebound after sending away Stephon Diggs, the primetime debut for Keon Coleman, which is going to be fantastic. And the Dolphins, I mean, remember the Dolphins were the cat's ass for the bulk of last season, and then they faded towards the end. We'll see if Mike McDaniel and crew can get something going. Also, hey, for whatever reason, they signed OBJ, which they didn't really need a receiver. Also, is Tua going to get paid? Jared Goff got paid. Jared Goff getting $53 million a year. I mean, Tua's worth at least 50. Well, he's not, but in the quarterback market, he is. So, yeah. Then lastly, of the 6 games announced as of right now, Bengals at Chiefs in the primetime window. Well, not primetime. Sorry, America's Game of the Week window at 3:25 Central Time. Only time zone that matters on CBS. All right, so Nance and Romo. You got Jumpin' Joe Burrow. You got Patrick Mahomes. For my money, they're the top 2 quarterbacks in the league. All right, and they're going to be squaring off. And, of course, hey, it's good to be the Chiefs, right? So you start off the season with back-to-back home games against 2 high-end AFC rivals. It's almost like that's going to come into play later on. Who knows? But we'll see if Burrow and company can bounce back. But, hey, remember Jake Browning? He's still the backup in Cincinnati. I mean, is there a quarterback controversy? You should have never cut me. Please. But, yeah, I mean, overall, you do miss football, but also you enjoy the time off, especially after just being emotionally drained from the draft. It happens, man. But, again, come Thursday night, like when you're watching the Twins just completely beat the piss out of someone, you know, with the rally sausage, you're just like, man, I could really go for, like, Cardinals Titans right now. But that's it. That's the six games released so far, allegedly. Supposedly, we're going to get the Vikings international game on Good Morning Football on Wednesday morning. We'll see. Let us know. You guys know what to do. Skull production value.